So now we are going to add a mixed number and a whole number. 2 3 by 10 is a mixed number and 3 is a whole number. We are going to add both of them. So in the mixed number 2 3 by 10, this is a whole and 3 by 10 is a fraction. So we have another whole number 3. So we are going to add two whole numbers together. When we add two whole numbers together, we get 5. Okay, so 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 plus 3 plus the fraction 3 by 10. Now we get 5 plus the fraction 3 by 10. 5 plus 3 by 10 can be written as 5 3 by 10. Now let us solve another problem. 3 minus 1 2 by 3. So this is a subtraction problem since we have a minus sign. Okay, step number 1. Again, subtract the whole numbers. So we have two whole numbers here. 3 is a whole number and also 1 is a whole number. We know that 3 minus 1 is 2. That is how we got the 2. After subtracting the whole numbers, let us write the fraction. The fraction 2 by 3 is there. Let us write the same fraction here. So now we have 2 minus 2 by 3. So the equivalent fraction for 2 is 6 by 3. Okay. Instead of 2, let me substitute 6 by 3 and write the same fraction down here, 2 by 3. So now we have to subtract 6 by 3 minus 2 by 3. Since we have the same denominator 3, write the denominator 3 as such and then subtract the numerator 6 minus 2, we get 4. 4 by 3. So now let's take a look at here. 4 by 3 has one part 3 by 3 in it and the other part is 1 by 3 in it. So 3 by 3 plus 1 by 3 will make 4 by 3. The value of 3 by 3 is 1. Okay, so with this we know that a 4 by 3 has one whole in it and a fraction in it. So now let us write, instead of this 4 by 3, we are going to write this 1 and the fraction 1 by 3. So this 1 and the fraction 1 by 3. This is another problem. Here we have to add two fractions. So two fractions with a different denominator. The first denominator is 9 and the second denominator is 6. So let us find the least common multiple. I have written the multiples of 9 here, which is 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, and I have written the multiples of 6 here, which is 6, 12, 18, 24 and 30. When I compare both the multiples of 9 and 6, the common multiple is 18. Okay, so 18 has a factor 2 and 6 has a factor 3. If if you see 18 is in the second position, and in the 9 multiples, and 18 is in the third position when we see the multiples of 6. Okay, so I'm writing the same fraction 5 by 9. I'm multiplying the numerator denominator with the factor 2. Plus, I've written the same plus sign. Plus, now I'm writing the fraction 5 by 6, and I'm multiplying in the numerator and denominator by the factor 3. Okay. The next step is 5 times 2. We know that it's 10, and 9 times 2 is 18. 5 times 3 is 15, and 6 times 3 is 18. Okay, if you see here, the denominators are the same. 18 is the denominator, and it is same in both the fractions, so it is called like units. After we get the like units, we have to just add the numerators, because there's a plus sign in the middle, so just add it. So 10 plus 15 is 25. Write the 25 as such. Okay, write the 25 by 18 over the right side. And we should know that 25 by 18 has one whole in it, that is 18 by 18 in it, and also a fraction 7 by 18 in it. So 18 by 18, any number divided by the same number is 1. So there is one whole in it, and a fraction 7 by 8 in it. So instead of this 25 by 18, we are substituting this 1 and also this fraction. Okay, now we have 3 fractions to add. That 3 fractions, we have to find the least common multiple. Okay, so for that, the first denominator 3, so I have written all the multiples of 3 over here. The next denominator is 4, and I have written the multiples of 4. The next denominator is 2, and I have written the multiples of 2. So when I compare all the 3 multiples, I can find the least common one is 12. Okay, so 12 is in the fourth position, and the factor is 4, and this 12 is in the third position, and the factor is 3. The last 12 is in the sixth position, and the factor is 6. Okay, now I have written the same fraction 2 by 3, and have multiplied it with the factor 4 on the numerator and denominator. Plus, I have written the same plus sign, and I've written the another fraction, the second fraction, 1 by 4, and multiplied with the factor 3 on the numerator and denominator. Next, I've written the plus sign, which is on the question, and then I have written the fraction, the last fraction, 1 by 2, and multiplied it with the factor 6 on the numerator and denominator. So 2 times 4 is 8, 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 times 3 is 3, and 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 times 6 is 6, and 2 times 6 is 12. Now we have the common denominator 12, so So just write the 12 below and add all the numerators together. So let's add 8 plus 3 plus 6. When we add all the numerators, we get 17. Okay, 17, and the denominator is 12. Just write the 12 as such. So 17 by 12. So we should know that the 17 by 12, take a look at this, has two parts in it. One is 12 by 12 and the other one is 5 by 12. We know that the value of 12 by 12 is 1. Any number divided by the same number is 1, and this fraction is left. So instead of this 17 by 12, we can substitute, instead of this, we can substitute the value, the 1 goes here and the other fraction next to it. So 1 5 by 12. Again, this a fraction problem, addition of fractions. I have done in the same method. So we should know that 13 by 8 has 8 by 8 in it and also 5 by 8. So this 1 and this 5 by 8 I have substituted for 13 by 8. Okay, this is another problem. 3 1 by 3 plus 4 5 by 7 equals what? First step, let's add all the whole numbers together. So 3 plus 4, we get 7. And after adding all the whole numbers, just write the fraction as such, 1 by 3 and 5 by 7. So 1 by 3 plus, copy the plus sign in the question, so it's an addition, so plus 5 by 7. So we have different denominators, 3 and 7. So in this case, just cross multiply this fraction, 1 by 3 fraction with the denominator 7 and the 5 by 7 fraction with the denominator 3. Cross multiplication. And when we multiply, we get 7 by 21 and 15 by 21. Same denominators like units. So we just have to write the denominator as such and add the numerator 7 plus 15, which is 22. So we get 22 by 21. So 22 by 21, we should know that it has two parts in it. One is 21 by 21 and the other fraction is 1 by 21. 21 by 21 is 1 and 1 by 21 fraction is there. So let us write, substitute. 22 by 21 has one part in it, which I have written here, and the other fraction part, 1 by 21 part in it, which I have written here. So 7 plus 1 plus the other fraction, 1 by 21. So now let us again add the two whole numbers together, which is 8, and add the fraction 1 by 21. This is another similar problem. Just go through it. One thing that you should know is 11 by 10 has two parts in it. One is 10 by 10 and the other fraction is 1 by 10. 10 by 10, the value of 10 by 10 is 1. So instead of 11 by 10, we are substituting. So instead of 11 by 10, yes, we are substituting 1 whole and also this fraction 1 by 10. So finally, what happens is we are adding the whole numbers. 5 plus 1 will become 6 and this fraction is also being added. This is a similar problem, but the only thing is this is subtraction. Okay, so there will be a minus sign. The rest all is the same. Always remember to include the minus sign. Okay, So this step we have multiplied with the factors 3 and 3 in the numerator and denominator, and here by 4 and 4 in the numerator and denominator we got the like units, 24ths, right? So just subtract 9 minus 4, which is 5. The answer is 5 by 24.